Hey, and welcome back. In this short video, I want to show a couple of techniques for formatting pictures in technical documents for Word. So we're going to start with this Word document here. I've just used some lorem ipsum text, which if you're not familiar, is just a set of nonsense text that allows us to have some text. And what we want to do is go ahead and put a couple of things into here. First, I want to use headings. So for the first paragraph here, I may want to start with an executive summary. Now, by using these headings like such with an executive summary followed by an introduction, say insights, and then finally down here conclusions. By using these and applying styles to them, it gives me the ability, heading 1, heading, we'll do another heading 1. So these are major sections, and then some, we'll do a subsection and call this a heading 2. You'll see that it gives me the ability to not only quickly have something to kind of offset my text and it helps the readers to follow, but I can also insert right above it a table of contents, and this here is really helpful for someone who wants to, say, jump to a particular part of our application. Later on, if I decide to change this paragraph, maybe split it out into 2 parts for whatever reason and make it a subsetting, I can go ahead here to my style editor and select heading 2. Now all I have to do is go back to my table of contents, update the table with the entire table and the page numbers, and voila, all the values are still there. There's a number of different things you can do with the table of contents. One more thing that's really handy when we're doing especially data analysis is to add our pictures into our data analysis and then be able to refer them in other parts of the document. So I'm going to here jump over to another screen. This is from Tableau Public. It's a visualization that I want to include in my document. So I'm going to start by pressing the Shift, Windows key, and S. This will bring up the Snippet Explorer, and the Snippet Explorer, or the Snippet tool, allows me to highlight an area of the screen, just like so. Make sure I get that, get my legend in there, and it saves it to the clipboard. Now, I'll bring this over here so you can see. The Snip and Sketch tool brings it over to the clipboard. I can annotate on here if I need to, that kind of thing. But for my case, I just need to go ahead and copy this, and I want to paste it into my Word document. So back to the Word document. Let's say I'm going to put this in my introduction, or rather my insights space, and I go ahead and paste it in. Now, this is typically what people will do is go ahead and create this spot in here. What helps, though, is for us to, if you right-click on this space and you insert a caption, this allows us to highlight our diagram, and in this case we'll call it MPG by weight and carburetors and gears. You'll notice that it automatically puts the caption below the image, and we have that there. So that's really nice. And then if I decide that in my insights I actually want to refer to it, and so I can actually type some real text here. If you look at the diagram in, and then this is where we refer to figure 1. So I'm just going to put a space here for now. You will see okay, great. So in this particular case, I'm just going to remove that X, and now I can insert a cross-reference. So I already have so I insert a cross-reference. Where did my cross-reference go? So I insert a cross-reference. You'll notice it brings up this dialog box that says, woo, unnumbered item. We're going to choose, now we could choose, for instance, a heading and pick one of our headings, and it will automatically link to one of those headings. But in this particular case, we're looking for a figure. So if we go down here, we'll find figure. Now we can insert the entire caption, or we can just include the label and number like so. And when I insert that, you'll see that I automatically have put in here. Now, one of the things I like to do in order to make sure that it's clear that this is a caption is I like to go ahead and highlight that and make it a blue italics option. And so now you'll notice that if the reader clicks on here, it will take them directly to the caption. But the blue, most people that are used to using the internet will understand that a blue italics item will be a link. Now, one more thing we want to do. What if we added another figure, but before that? So let's go ahead and paste that same figure back in here. And this time I'm going to shrink it down just a little bit. We're just going to use it for the figure aspect. And if I'm going to have a figure in the document, typically I'd like to either have it centered or have text wrapped around it. So in this case, I'm just going to go ahead and center it. And then I'm going to insert yet another caption, and I'm going to say another version of the empty cars data. Now, typically I would create a caption that's a lot more appropriate to the content, but just for this case, I just want to have a caption. And so you'll notice, oh, this became figure 1. Now, does that mean I have to go through my entire document and update all my figures? No, as a matter of fact, I don't. I can go here to my references. So I can right-click on the figure diagram here, and you'll notice I can do an update field. If I want to do the entire document, Control A, which selects the entire document, and F9 will update the all of the items in the document, making sure that my labels stay consistent throughout. There you go. I hope that's helpful to you. It certainly makes your paper look more professional and act more professional when you submit it and create these kinds of references to each other.